Part of the offering that we're developing in Market Insights is in the realm of customer analytics.
Yeah.
Can you maybe give a short description of how you see that and what you think that is?
Absolutely. When we think about customer, like businesses exist because of the customers, and any engagement that we have with the client, they directly or indirectly, what they're trying to do is to get more customers in to grow their revenues, and so an important part of that is being able to understand your customers. And it doesn't matter whether that's a B2B customer or B2C customer. You have to have a good pulse of the customer, what they want, how do they buy, what kind of process or stages are there in their buying process, how are they segmented. So more and more, there are ways, techniques to understand your customers much better, and those techniques could be in the quantitative space. It could be like more qualitative understanding of what do they want. We recently worked on something where there was an industry disruption, and there was a shift from B2B to B2C space, and traditionally the organization and the industry, like all the incumbents, were not organized to understand the space from a B2C perspective. Right. And what it required them to do was have a mental shift and organize themselves differently. And they were open to the idea. We went in there and we did a lot of quantitative kind of analysis, and that gave them kind of insights that they did not think they would have been able to get from elsewhere.
Yeah, and it makes sense because a lot of our work historically has been on competitive strategy. Right. But to enable clients to consider the customer side of that, whether it's B2B or B2C, really rounds the market insight and the market understanding out much more comprehensively.
Exactly, and when we talk about customer segments, for example, it's customer segmentation has been around for a long time, but now there are changes that are happening. Traditionally, industries and the companies would think about 6 or 7 different segments, and then define their marketing and sales plan around those segments. Like more and more with technology, what is happening is the segments are being defined more at the individual level. Right. It could be in segment 1 in the morning and segment 2 at night, or segment 3 over a weekend. So it becomes all the more important to have like a really good pulse on the market in terms of understanding the customer.
And one that's very dynamic and something that clients need to look at and examine and reevaluate over time.
Exactly.